In the dense, vibrant rainforest of northern Australia, life teemed in a riot of colors and sounds. Towering eucalyptus trees stretched towards the azure sky, their leaves whispering secrets in the wind. Among this lush canopy, a flash of white stood out, a majestic cockatoo, known as Kai, with a crest like a golden sunrise and eyes as sharp as obsidian. Kai was a proud and curious bird, often found exploring the vast expanse of his arboreal home. Kai's life was one of freedom and adventure. Every morning, he would perch atop the highest branch and greet the dawn with a raucous cry, a call that echoed through the forest, awakening all creatures great and small. His days were filled with the joy of flight, the thrill of discovery, and the camaraderie of his flock. Yet, despite the beauty and vibrancy of his surroundings, Kai always felt a tug of curiosity towards the unknown, a desire to explore beyond the familiar. One day, as Kai soared through the emerald canopy, he spotted a shimmering object near the forest floor. Intrigued, he swooped down to investigate. Nestled among the fallen leaves was a small, intricately carved wooden box. Its surface was adorned with patterns that seemed to tell a story of their own. Kai nudged the box with his beak, and to his surprise, it opened to reveal a scroll of parchment, yellowed with age. As Kai carefully unrolled the scroll with his claws, he discovered it was an ancient map that depicted a path leading far beyond the boundaries of the rainforest, towards a distant land. The map hinted at a hidden treasure, a legendary gem known as the Heart of the Forest, said to possess the power to communicate with all living creatures. Kai's heart raced with excitement. He had heard tales of the Heart of the Forest from the elders of his flock, but he had always believed them to be mere myths. Now, with the map in his possession, the possibility of finding the gem felt real and tantalizing. Determined to uncover the truth, Kai made up his mind to embark on a journey beyond the confines of the forest. Before setting out, Kai sought the counsel of the wise old cockatoo, Yara, who had lived through countless seasons and knew the forest better than anyone. Yara listened to Kai's story with keen interest, her eyes narrowing as she examined the map. "The journey you propose is fraught with danger," she warned. "But if your heart is set on it, remember that true wisdom comes from listening to the forest, to its creatures, and to your own instincts." With Yara's words echoing in his mind, Kai bid farewell to his flock and took to the sky, following the path outlined on the map. His journey led him through the heart of the rainforest, where the trees grew so thick that barely any sunlight penetrated their dense canopy. He encountered creatures of all shapes and sizes, from chattering monkeys to stealthy jaguars, each adding to the tapestry of his adventure. As days turned into weeks, Kai's journey took him to the edge of the rainforest, where the landscape began to change. The towering trees gave way to rolling hills and vast plains, where the horizon seemed to stretch endlessly. Kai pressed on, guided by the map and his unwavering determination. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, Kai found himself in a small village. The villagers, a community of indigenous people, welcomed the weary cockatoo with open arms. They were fascinated by his story and the ancient map he carried. Among them was an elder named Aruna, a woman with deep knowledge of the land and its secrets. Aruna examined the map carefully, her weathered fingers tracing the ancient lines. "This map was created by our ancestors," she explained. "It leads to a sacred place, a hidden grove where the heart of the forest is said to reside. But beware, for the path is guarded by trials that test the very essence of one's spirit." Kai listened intently, his resolve only growing stronger. The villagers provided him with supplies and their blessings, and Aruna offered to guide him part of the way. Together, they journeyed through the plains, where the grass whispered ancient songs, and the stars guided their path. Their trek led them to the foothills of a great mountain range. Here, Aruna bid Kai farewell, for the rest of the journey was his alone. "Remember, young one," she said, "the true treasure lies not in the gem itself, but in the journey and the wisdom you gain along the way." Kai thanked Aruna and began his ascent. The climb was arduous, with steep cliffs and narrow ledges that tested his strength and agility. As he reached higher altitudes, the air grew thin and cold, and the landscape became barren and rocky. But Kai's spirit remained undeterred. On the 7th day of his climb, Kai reached the summit of the highest peak. There, nestled among the rocks, was the entrance to a hidden cave. The map had led him true. Taking a deep breath, Kai entered the cave, his heart pounding with anticipation. Inside, the cave walls glistened with crystals that reflected the dim light, creating a mesmerizing display. At the far end of the cave, on a pedestal of stone, lay the heart of the forest. The gem radiated a soft, green glow, pulsating with life. Kai approached it with reverence, his eyes wide with wonder. As he reached out to touch the gem, a voice filled the cave, resonating through the very air. "Who dares to seek the heart of the forest?" it asked. Kai stood tall, his crest raised high. "I am Kai, a cockatoo of the northern rainforest. I seek the wisdom and the power to communicate with all living creatures, to bring harmony to my homeland." The voice responded, "To claim the heart of the forest, you must prove yourself worthy. You must face 3 trials, each designed to test a different aspect of your spirit: courage, wisdom, and compassion. Are you prepared for the challenge?" Kai nodded, his resolve unwavering. "I am ready." The first trial tested Kai's courage. The cave around him transformed into a dark forest, shrouded in shadows. Ghostly figures emerged from the darkness, their eyes glowing with malice. Kai's heart raced, but he stood his ground, facing the apparitions with unflinching bravery. As he confronted each one, they dissipated into mist, and the darkness lifted, revealing a path forward. The second trial tested his wisdom. Kai found himself in a labyrinth of mirrors, each reflecting a different version of himself. Some mirrors showed him as he was, others as he could be, both good and bad. The reflections whispered doubts and fears, trying to confuse him. But Kai remembered Yeri's advice and listened to his inner voice. Trusting his instincts, he navigated the maze, finding the true path through the illusions. The third and final trial tested his compassion. Kai was transported to a desolate wasteland, where a small, injured bird lay on the ground, unable to fly. The bird's eyes were filled with pain and fear. Kai approached it gently, offering comfort and care. Using his beak and claws, he gathered food and water, tending to the bird's wounds. As he did, the wasteland began to bloom with life, and the bird healed and took flight, singing a song of gratitude. With the completion of the trials, Kai found himself back in the cave, standing before the heart of the forest. The voice spoke again, filled with warmth and approval. "You have proven yourself worthy, Kai. The heart of the forest is yours." Kai reached out and touched the gem. A surge of energy flowed through him, filling him with a deep connection to the world around him. He could hear the thoughts and feelings of every living creature, from the smallest insect to the tallest tree. The forest whispered its secrets to him, and he understood the true harmony of nature. With the heart of the forest, Kai returned to his homeland. He used his newfound ability to mediate conflicts, heal wounds, and bring balance to the rainforest. His flock and all the creatures of the forest thrived under his guidance, living in harmony and understanding. Kai's journey had changed him forever. He had sought the heart of the forest, but in the end, he discovered that the true treasure was the wisdom, courage, and compassion he had gained along the way. And so, The legend of Kai the Cockatoo spread far and wide, inspiring generations to come to listen to the whispers of the forest and to seek harmony with the world around them.